Hey guys, just having a little jam on this electronic kit here. Perfect for when the neighbors are too fussy for the traditional acoustic kit. Have it set up in much a similar way as a traditional acoustic kit, in this case a 5-piece. So if you remember from the first part of the video, we start on the bottom, we've got our kick. So obviously not quite as big as a full-size kick, which can be quite handy. And we've got our kick pedal attached to that in the same way. In between here we got our centerpiece, the snare drum. And then completing the trio of things we use the most, we got our hi-hats. So again, we've got a pedal here which can open and close that, so we can play our beats, but much quieter. So that's all connected to this module here. So we've got our pads and then a cable, and they go into this brain, which allows us to change kits, for example. So we can get all different kinds of sounding kits at the touch of a button. Super handy. So then we've also got our toms. So we've got our rack toms and our floor tom, although this one isn't sitting on the floor like our actual floor tom. So our high tom, middle tom, and low tom. And again, set up in much the same way. And then we've got our cymbals rounding it out. We've got our ride cymbal, just like before, and our crash cymbal. So we're going to have a closer look at how to set this up. We'll take a few bits of it apart and show you how all that works. Hey guys, alright, so we're back down here at ground level showing you how to set up your electronic kit. A lot of similarities between the acoustic kit setup and the electronic kit setup. For example, our kick pedal slides onto the kick module controller just like it would onto a wooden hoop, more or less. Slide it on there, tighten it back up. Again, no need to over tighten it. Just get it to where it's comfy, and then you're ready to go. Hi-hat stand will set up the same way. Okay, so the legs and the internal mechanism we discussed already earlier in the video. And then same thing with the clutch, it'll attach the same way. The cymbal pads will have a wing nut just like before and felts on either side. So again, we want to avoid that metal contact on anything that's not soft, so we've got our sleeves and our felts. Doing a good job there. And again, we don't want to over tighten anything. We want the cymbals to be able to swing freely like a real cymbal would. Now again, an acoustic kit's different. When you hit it with a stick, when you strike the head, it resonates and produces sound. Whereas this, there's a small sound there, but you know, you're not going to be playing to a stadium full of people and anyone hearing that. So that's where the rest of the electronics come in. So if I take this pad off, you can see it's got a cable that plugs in there. So that cable runs along the rack here and into our module here. Okay, so each drum has a slot in the back, and you line those up, and that's how you make sure you've got your right sounds happening. There's a headphone port on the front so you can listen, or you can run a line out into an amplifier or a PA system, or for recording or anything like that. You can also adjust these pads the way you like. A lot of these electronic kits are a little different, but they'll all have some kind of adjustment back to front, and also you can adjust the angle to where you like it. And again, just like on an acoustic kit, you want to set it up in a way that's comfortable. Everyone's a little different, but you don't want to be reaching for anything in a huge major way, and you don't want to be playing down here. So try to focus on that first part of the video in terms of how to set up in a comfortable way as well. Looking after an electronic kit is fairly straightforward. We want to make sure our cables are always in good shape, so make sure they're not getting pinched or that you don't have them pulled too tightly, especially at the ends here, which could ruin your jacks on the module. They can come out, and then that's a costly repair. You want to avoid that. Same thing with headphones. Just always be careful when you're standing up that you don't trip on a cable, because that'll rip the jack apart, and that's, again, a pricey one. Already briefly mentioned the cymbals. We don't want to over tighten anything there. Want to make sure there's protection, so the felts and the cymbal sleeves, very important. And again, you just want to make sure you're not abusing the kit. If you treat it well and you don't smash it, yeah, it'll last you quite a while. It wouldn't be a bad idea to put a sheet on it when you're not playing it, keep the dust off, and just be nice to it, and it'll be nice to you.